Today I want to share with you guys my summer travel wish list. If you're wondering where I am right now, I am in our garage, which we recently converted into the office area. I'll have to show it off in another video. Once we get the guest room set up, I can give you guys kind of a house tour because I still haven't done that. And we might not be living here much longer, but that's a topic for another time. Let's jump right into it. So in case you don't know, I live in the San Francisco Bay Area, so the majority of these places are kind of generally around this area. And the reason why my wish list isn't full of like exotic places and faraway lands is because we just got back from China. We just moved back to the Bay Area. That whole experience obviously is exhausting, it's expensive. So I've just been having the best time being back in the Bay Area. I really want to soak it all in and explore what I can around this area. I also have a car here, so I have a lot of flexibility as far as where I can go around this area. So first on the list is Monterey. When I say the word Monterey, I feel like I'm sounding pretentious just because that's always been the association of this place in my mind. I just know it's a very like affluent area. There's a lot of rich people there and it's very beautiful there. So Monterey is on the coast, and the reason it excites me so much is because of the gorgeous beaches and the coastal views. They also have a really famous aquarium there, and I'm not like the biggest fan of going to aquariums and museums and all that stuff, but this one, from what I hear, is a must-see in Monterey, so I'm dying to go there as well. Second on the list is Angel Island. It's a tiny little island in Marin County. It is freaking hot today. Basically, we would drive up to Marin, take a ferry to Angel Island, and then you can bike around the island. You can explore all different kinds of little like cafes. Basically, it's a lot of really gorgeous viewpoints, and it's a quieter place because it is an island. Number 3 is Yosemite. And I know Yosemite is freaking huge and I should probably narrow it down a little bit more, but I have no idea. I really haven't begun to research Yosemite. There's a lot of stuff going on in my life right now that you guys will learn about very soon. And once everything is settled, then I can start doing a research on Yosemite. We're just dying to go see all the gorgeous views in Yosemite. It's a beautiful national park that I've literally never been to. I don't know how that has happened, but it needs to end here this year. Going to Yosemite. Next is basically the opposite of Yosemite, which is the Google headquarters. It's actually never been on my like wish list of the Bay Area, but I have a friend who recently went, and apparently they've got this huge visitor center now. As many of you know, Google owns YouTube and a lot of other things that are really awesome. I love Google, so I would love to go to their campus and just kind of see it. I have driven through the campus. I've seen the Google bikes, I've seen the Google Maps pin, the giant pin thing or whatever, but I've not been to the visitor center yet, so that's on my list. Next is San Jose. And when I say the word San Jose, I don't get like very excited about it, but I'm very curious about San Jose because I've only been there a couple times and really just for work purposes. So I just want to go like walk around the downtown areas, explore, have some good craft beer, and I really want to see the Winchester Mystery House. It looks super cheesy, but it actually is a real like historic haunted house, so to speak. This woman's husband and daughter died, and she claims that it was ghosts that took her, and she was like the heiress to this like rifle company and all this stuff, and so she built this house and no one really lived in it. She just built it to, I think, distract the like ghosts and spirits that were those who had been killed by the Winchester Rifles, which was the company that she inherited. Wow, that's a long story, but anyways, it's a really weird house that I'd love to see in San Jose. Next is Castello di Amorosa. It is a castle in Napa, but it's actually not a historic castle. So basically, some rich dude who lives in Napa is a huge fan of one of the centuries of architecture in Europe. I should know more about this. I'm just very, very curious. I just gotta go see it. Also, I'm pretty sure when you do wine tasting there, you get to sit around this like giant table. And I've always wanted to sit at one of those like grand banquet tables in a castle. When you go to castles in Europe, those are the kinds of things where you don't get to sit down because those are actually like authentic. Oh my god, it's so hot. Next is Point Reyes, which is a seashore area, and it's a national park. It's supposed to be incredibly gorgeous, beaches, forests, all the good stuff. And I do have a special visitor coming this summer as well, and I think her and I are gonna go there together. If you have a guess as to who it is, put it down below. You're probably right. Very close to Point Reyes is another place I want to go to, which is Mount Tamalpais. I think everybody just refers to it as Mount Tam because no one knows how to pronounce it. It's an area that's just south of Point Reyes. It's just north of the Golden Gate Bridge. The area that it's in also includes Muir Woods, which if you're familiar, it's a redwoods area that's very famous for people who are coming as tourists to San Francisco for them to go on a quick trip just out of the city to go see some redwoods. And I have already been there before. To be honest, I was not that impressed. I mean, the trees are gorgeous, don't get me wrong, but I've been very spoiled by old growth forests as a child, and so the very like touristy feel to it kind of ruined it for me. So I wasn't a huge fan of Muir Woods, but Mount Tam in the general area nearby sounds very intriguing to me. The next one is less of a destination and more of a journey. Basically, I want to take a drive down Highway 1, which I have been on Highway 1 many times, but this particular drive starts at Pacifica, which is on the peninsula. It's just south of San Francisco. So it starts at Pacifica, it goes along the coast all the way down to Santa Cruz, and you could keep going to Monterey if you want. For this trip, we would probably do Pacifica to Santa Cruz, so it's quite a long drive, but it is gorgeous. It's kind of like driving Big Sur, which I've always wanted to do. I think I actually have done it and I just didn't realize I was in Big Sur. But the Highway 1, always gorgeous, always an awesome choice. This particular section is supposed to be really beautiful, and even though we live very close to it, we've never been. So we'll probably be doing that either this week or next week, and I'm really excited about it. Also on the list is Half Moon Bay, which is actually a town that we would end up driving through on this road trip. It's super funny because we actually used to live like really close to Pacifica. We lived in the southwest corner of San Francisco for 3 years, and we never went to Half Moon Bay. So that has been on my list for a little too long now. Like I said, since we're going to be doing that Highway 1 drive, that is a stop that we would make along the way. So that might happen this week or next. I'm excited. Moving forward, we have Stinson Beach, which is, I believe, part of the Mount Tam area. It's basically between Mount Tam and Point Reyes. It probably would make the most sense to kind of combine all that into one day, and maybe I'll do that with my special visitor coming later this summer. But Stinson Beach is just a very particularly beautiful beach in that area. Next is the summit of Mount Diablo, which is actually out in the East Bay. We live in the East Bay right now. A lot of people hike Mount Diablo, but it takes about half a day. I am more on a kick to drive up it and look at the view from the summit. I might turn it into a half-day hike. I'm not sure. We'll wait and see. I'm seriously sweating right now. So we've only got 3 more things left on the list. The next one is Berkeley, and I have been to Berkeley before. I went and saw a concert there. Eric and I had dinner and beers downtown before we went to the concert, but I didn't really get a chance to explore the city because we were there for an event. So I would love to go to Berkeley and just kind of spend a day in Berkeley and just kind of feel it out and figure it out, because you hear so much about Berkeley. It's supposed to be a very quirky city, so I want to go visit it and kind of get to know it a little bit better. Speaking of quirky cities, just south of Berkeley is beautiful Oakland. I love Oakland. We would love to live there one day. But something I've always wanted to do in Oakland is a beer tour. I have been to several breweries around the Oakland area, but there are like a bajillion more, and they keep popping up like crazy, and I feel like I want to just do like a massive beer tour of Oakland. Like maybe we could hire like a driver for the day and get a big group of people together so that no one has to be DD. Last on the list is the most exotic locale. It's the only one that is outside of the US, and that is Cabo in Mexico. We are dying to go to Cabo. It might happen sooner rather than later. We shall see. We're hoping, we're crossing our fingers. But like I said, we're in such a transitional phase right now that I cannot plan anything just yet, but give me 2 more weeks and things will be entirely different. We could be getting into a point where we're feeling a lot more settled. There's just a lot of transitions happening right now. Obviously, I'm going to be vlogging all of these places when I go to them, so I'm really looking forward to sharing them with you and exploring them myself, and I hope you are excited for the summer. I want you to comment below with one item on your summer travel wish list. And keep in mind that traveling doesn't mean you have to get on a plane. There's adventure everywhere. I'm on a mission to find it. I hope you are too. Comment below with that one place that you are dying to go to this summer, or a couple places, I don't care. More the merrier. I also need to give you guys just a quick little update as to what's coming this week and next week. Tomorrow I have a Travel Talk Tuesday video going up. On Wednesday I have a very special collaboration video that I did with my friend Shelby from Shelby Becoming. I'll have her channel linked down below. Eric is actually graduating this week. It's such an awesome accomplishment. I'm so proud of him. He's graduating with honors and awards and all kinds of stuff, and he would never let me tell you this, but I'm telling you. So his parents are flying out to see us. They have to travel about 3,000 miles. They're gonna be staying with us in our house in our brand new guest room. They're gonna be here for about a week. So I am gonna be taking a little bit of a break from YouTube so that I can make sure I spend a lot of time with them, because we are very limited as far as how much we get to see them every year. So just to let you know, there's not gonna be a video this week on Thursday, and there's also not going to be any videos next week on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. So you've got 3 videos this week, and then next week I am hoping to get 1 or 2 videos up towards the end of the week. Follow me on Snapchat if you want to see like what we get up to, where we travel to, and kind of get a little daily vlog in every day. I will see you on Snapchat, and I will see you tomorrow. Okay, bye!